Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am your course instructor Iram Gul, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Kohat University of Science and Technology, Kohat. Today, I am going to deliver our lecture number 6 from the subject Economic Zoology, in which we will discuss the topic apiculture. In this lecture, we will discuss definition of apiculture, history of apiculture, classification of honeybee, and social organization of honeybees. At the end of this lecture, students will be able to define apiculture, to know about the history of apiculture, to know about honeybee classification, and to understand the social organization of honeybees. Apiculture is actually the technical term for beekeeping. Apiculture is derived from the Latin word apis, which means bee, and culture means to rear and to produce. It is the maintenance of honeybee colonies, commonly in hives, by humans. A beekeeper, who is also known as apiarist, apiarist is actually a fancy word for the beekeeper. So he keeps bees in order to collect their honey and other products that is produced by the honeybee hive. The other products that are produced by the honeybee hives include beeswax, the propolis, bee pollen, and royal jelly. Similarly, the farmers keep the honeybees to pollinate their crops or to produce bees, especially queen bee, for sale to the other beekeepers. A location where bees are kept is called as an apiary or bee yard. History of beekeeping. History of beekeeping is very old. It is believed that bees exist from tertiary period. Depictions of humans collecting honey from wild bees date to 15,000 years ago. First settlement of honey bees were in trees, and people were drilling holes in tree trunks to settle the bees. Beekeeping in pottery vessels started about 9,000 years ago. Based on historical sources, it is known that first beekeepers were the ancient Egyptians, and they were settling the bees in pottery vessels. Similarly, different efforts to domesticate them are shown in Egyptian art around 4,500 years ago. One of the earliest historical sources that is dated to about 8,000 years old was found in a cave near Valencia, Spain, where a honey seeker harvesting honey from a tree. Similarly, this is another depiction. It is showing the settling of the bees in the pottery vessels, and it dates back to about 1568. The modern beekeeping was started in late 18th and early 19th century with three huge discoveries, that is the formation of the removable frames, beeswax foundation, and centrifuge for honey extraction. From these discoveries, we are still benefiting today. Previously, the method of extraction of honey was very much crude, but after the invention of artificial hive by Longstraw in 1951, it became scientific and commercial. The long straw designed first removable frame where beekeepers could manipulate frames and slide and placed as per their desire. Today, the biggest producer of honey is China, followed by Turkey and then USA. Honeybee classification. Honeybees belong to phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Hymenoptera, family Apidae, genus. Next, we are going to discuss social organization of honeybee. As all of you know that a honeybee is a eusocial flying insect. They are known for construction of perennial colonial nests from wax, for the large size of their colonies, and for the surplus production of honey and for storage of the honey. Honeybees are having a trimorphic colony, meaning three distinctive forms or members can be seen in the colony. The members include queen, who is the fertile female, and there is only one queen per colony. The second member of the colony is called drone. The drone is the fertile male, and there are about 100 drones per colony. The third member of the colony are called as workers. The workers are actually sterile female, and there are about 30,000 to 80,000 workers per colony. The recorded number of the workers in the colony of the Apis dorsata is about 1,25,000. Next, we are going to discuss the characteristics of the members of the honeybee colony one by one. First of all, we are going to discuss the queen bee. The term queen bee is typically used to refer to an adult mated female who is usually considered as mother of all because only queen is able to lay the eggs. The queen is 5 times larger and 3 times heavier than the workers. The queen bee do not perform any other work for the colony except to lay the eggs. Therefore, she has small wings, poorly developed legs, mouth parts, sting and brain, and she do not have salivary and wax producing glands. However, the mandibular glands are well developed. They are producing the pheromones, that is trans 9-keto-2-decyanoic acid. The queen bee control all of the colony with the help of this pheromone. The lifespan is about 3 to 5 years and lays about 15 laid eggs at the rate of 350 to 1500 eggs per day. Drones are fertile males. They are medium sized but stronger than queen. They have broader abdomen, longer legs, larger wings, brain and eyes. The salivary and wax producing glands are absent just like the queen bee. Similarly, the sting is also absent. Drones do not exhibit typical worker bee behaviors such as collection of the nectar and gathering of the pollen or nursing of the bees or hive construction. A drone's primary role is only to mate with unfertilized queen. The lifespan is about 60 days. Workers are sterile female. Worker bees are responsible for every job in the hive except reproduction. Therefore, they have well-developed wings and mouth parts. The body is covered with hair-like bristles that additionally help in collecting the pollen. Their lifespan is about 4 to 6 weeks, and the activities performed by the worker bees are age-related. The main duties performed by a worker bee is to secrete wax, to build honeycomb, to gather nectar, pollen, and water for making honey, to convert nectar into honey, and to clean and defend the hive. Worker bees have different jobs according to their age. For the first 3 days, they cleanse the floor and walls of empty cells, and these are called as sanitary or cleaner bees at this age. Then from the day 3 to day 10, they are called as the nurse bees because at this age their job is to feed older larvae. For this purpose, their pharyngeal glands become active and secrete royal jelly, or it is also called as the bee milk. The royal jelly is fed to young bees, queen, drone, and the distant future queen larva. After day 10, pharyngeal glands atrophied, and then 4 pairs of abdominal wax glands develop from segment number 4 to abdominal segment number 7, and these worker bees are called as the builder bees. These wax producing glands secrete the wax. They help the workers to build the combs. From day 16 to day 20, the honeybee workers are called as the offloader bees because they receive pollen loads from the returning forager bees. At about day 20, the worker bees are called as guard bee. The guard bees stand at the hive entrance to inspect every bee entering the hive and to defend the hive. After day 20, the worker bees perform outdoor activities, and these worker bees are called as forager bees, scout bees, or field bees. The forager bees conduct 7 to 15 flights daily for collection of nectar, somewhat less for collection of pollen, and up to 100 for water collection. The forager bees collect a liter or more water for the colony per day. There are some worker bees, usually 8 or more, of different ages, who are always attending the queen bee and take all care of the queen bee. These are called as the retinue bees. These worker bees are responsible for feeding the queen the royal jelly, grooming her, removing her excreta, and obtaining and transferring the pheromones. Another type of the worker bees are called as the fanner bees. The fanner bees fan wings to ventilate the hive and evaporates excess amount of water from the freshly made honey to make it viscous.